Ahoy, shipmates! It's another one of those unusually hot, bright and sunny days here in the port of Southampton.
Yeah, got the figures for you now. Passengers 2144, crew 1244 plus 1. And we're singling up now, we'll be on the move shortly. We'll just take a nice movie and meet up with the inbound at Watersports.
Enchanted, precisely, yes, sorry, sir, I don't know if you're getting my reply, but I am replying now. Please go ahead when ready.
Did you get none of the figures then?
No, sir, no, I didn't get that, I'm afraid. Please take.
Okay. Right, passengers 2144, crew 1244 plus 1. And we're singled up now, we'll be letting go shortly just to cruise down slowly for the inbound.
That's all received, thank you. Roger 6 coming up to the hound, inbound and stuff.
Roger 6.
Roger 6, yes.
Well, I think we have all the pertinent information we need there from the radio. Let me just turn the radio off.
Enchanted, precisely, yes. Don't know if you got that, so latest comments just update. You can make it around 16:35 o'clock.
Yeah, that's all good then, that's great, thank you.
They were talking about the Glove. I've forgotten the name of it now. It's another ship that's going to pass at the only place that two large ships can pass, and that's down at Fawley. They call it the Fawley Pass. Well, shipmates, I didn't get very far with that. We are off to an early start. Can never get these ships right. I mean, if I try and start on time, we'll have to wait an hour or so. And if I start early, no one... Oh, anyway, never mind. We're all ready to go. The Enchanted Princess is singling up before our very eyes. They're pulling in those ropes, just leaving a couple, enough to hold her in place. Not that she'll be going very far today, because there's not a lot of breeze out there, not a lot of sea state, lots of sun and good weather. I can see those lines being dropped now. She'll be off any second now. And she's off to Norway. Everyone seems to be off to Norway these days. Very popular destination. We did hear some numbers there. I wasn't fast enough to write them down. Something like 2,500 passengers and 1,400 crew, something along those lines. And they'll be having a lovely cruise down in the port of Southampton today, because it frankly looks very Caribbean. I mean, look at those waters. Those waters have got the hue of the Caribbean about them, I think. Last couple of lines coming up, then she'll go probably go back just a touch, I would imagine, or she might just go forwards. Difficult to say. I think she might be going forwards. And then she'll be swinging around the port, off down to round the Isle of Wight, and off up to Norway. Let's see. Let's make sure all the other cameras are working. They're normally very reliable, but you know, just when you need them, they seem to go wonky. Oh, we've got some small craft activity down at Netley. There we go. I don't think you'll be going to Norway in that, but I'm sure we'll have a bit of a pleasant day on Southampton water. Actually, does look a bit breezy down Netley, doesn't it? You have 4 ships departing today, shipmates. Just trying to get the Netley cam pointing in the right direction. There we go. Right, we're all working now. Good. We have, right before us, we have the Enchanted Princess, who's just started to go backwards, so she'll be scooting off soon. Look at that ship, mate. The wind must be in the right direction today, shipmates, because I clearly heard that ship horn. I'm hoping that came across the microphone. I'd be surprised if it didn't, because frankly it made me jump. It's so loud. I was busy looking at the screens and not paying attention. Right, let's have a look in the chat while the Enchanted Princess starts a little reverse here. She reverses a little bit just to get herself away from the quay, the dock side. And then, you can see now she's put it into drive. Off she goes, a little bit of left hand down, out into the Southampton water. It's a lovely day here in port. Oh, I see plenty of shipmates in the chat already. Oh, ahoy there, Gemma Harris. Oh, ahoy there, Chuck Kirby from the USA. Good to see you, shipmate. He says he really enjoys watching the camera. Ahoy there, Kathy Pace. I got some excellent spanners, of course, monitoring the chat for when I'm too busy looking at the map or something silly. We've got Carmen, Matt King. Looking at the chat. Carmen's filling us in with useful information as always, and so is Matt King. So Matt King tells us it's a 7-night Scandinavian cruise via Kristiansand, Copenhagen, Gothenburg, and Oslo. Don't know that I can see too many people up on deck. Oh yeah, a few people up there. Yeah. Jim Harrison says, beautiful day. Certainly a shipmate. Ahoy there, Steph P. Be jumping around this. Ahoy there, Kathy Pace. I think I'm getting everyone in here. Ahoy there, cruising time with Aidan. Says he'll be on Enchanted Princess in August. Well, not long to wait then, shipmate. Make sure if you are. I recommend being just up there on the top deck above the Enchanted Princess sign and give us away from up there and we'll be able to see you quite clearly. Ahoy there, Mark Green, and ahoy there, Elizabeth G. And ahoy there, Vendor. Ahoy there, Harvey Shackle, who says, loud and clear, Captain. Oh, good. Oh, and Elizabeth G heard the horns as well. Yeah, it was... Frankly, it was really loud. I'd be surprised if you didn't hear it that time. Sometimes, I think it must be the wind takes it in a different direction. You can't always hear the horns very easily. They're quite faint. But today, it was loud and clear. Just pulling out of Ocean Terminal. This is the 46th berth. That big silver sausagey looking building. Focus, focus. There we go. Out into those lovely turquoise waters of Southampton Port. Have a little spin and off she goes. So we've got a few ships going out today, shipmates. I'm not sure I'll be able to do a broadcast tomorrow, so I thought I would have to get back in time today. So I thought, well, let's just do one today because it's a lovely day. We've got a couple of ships I haven't seen before the broadcast. So we've got Enchanted Princess, who's leaving at 4 o'clock, bang on the dot. And I appear to have misspelt that as Enchanted Princess. That's my quick typing for you while a bit of a hurry. Queen Mary 2 is at 5 o'clock. Anthem of the Seas at 5 o'clock. And then the Seven Seas Voyager at 7 o'clock. And hopefully there's only the one spelling mistake there. Never mind. Let's wonder if I could correct that on the fly. That would be clever of me, wouldn't it? Oh, I haven't seen Queen Mary 2 on a live stream. Normally Queen Mary 2 is an Ocean Terminal. I'm not quite sure why she's not. Tomorrow will be a few more ships, Iona and a few of the regulars. So if I can, I shall try a broadcast tomorrow. But if not, I thought we'd enjoy something slightly different today. Oh, there, Chrissy73 says, beautiful pics. Yes, it is a wonderfully clear day, isn't it? We have got some superb views here. Colours are just wonderful. Actually, it could be Caribbean-like again. I know I say that, but we've had an unseasonably decent set of weather lately. Forecast for Tuesday is a high of 33 here in the port of Southampton, with a low of 18 at night time. That's very unheard of. Quite a few people out on their balconies. I think I could think of anything better to do. Sit out there on your balcony, enjoy the views of the port of Southampton. Enjoy yourself a rum-based cocktail. Boy there, Munoz says be down in Southampton exactly 1 week's time, seeing Anthem and Enchanted. Oh, good view, mate. Hopefully it won't be raining next week. Boy there, TCC, slightly confused about the time of day, although I'll give you evening, it's close enough. Oh, there's Donaldson says, looks like it could be the Caribbean. I totally agree with you. Although it doesn't like that on Netley Cam. If I go and look at Netley Cam, the water's a bit greeny. That's not quite so attractive, is it? We can just see the Enchanted Princess, the top right corner of the screen coming on there. But over on Cruise Cam, it's looking delicious. I can hear the gentle tones wafting over from Enchanted Princess. I'm guessing that could be the bar at the rear. So let's have a little look around. Let's see what's going on deck. Let's look at the flags. That's always a good indication of. It does look quite breezy, doesn't it? There's a good breeze up there. Look at those Union Jack and Red Ensign. That's definitely very, very windy. Right. Guess if you're up on your balcony, you might be enjoying that little breeze. Looks like there's a couple chatting there between their balconies. Lots of high glass there to keep the breeze away. Probably something to do with the front of the ship. Oh, here we go. Here's some people. Oh yes, I can see the ladies' hairs blowing all over the place. So it is actually quite windy then. I was mistaken. I didn't think it was that windy. And Carmen says it's actually windy on Netley Cam as well. No, I was just, must have been just when I was out earlier, it wasn't windy. Can be quite a difference out on the water, of course, slightly more exposed. Oh, there's Steve Mack. Yeah, on deck early, Steve Mack. Well done, shipmate. You can see the Princess is just going to go through a slight bit of a spin here, so let's have a look along the deck, see what else we can see. There's definitely some wind on that chap's shirt up there. More people stretching their legs before eating the buffet later. I'm guessing that's where I'm hearing the music from, is this probably this area up here with the chaps in the swimming pools. There we go, look at that. Departing the port of Southampton on a gloriously sunny day in a swimming pool on the back of a cruise ship. I don't think you could ask for anything better, could you? She started her spin. Pointing her way down to Southampton water. Look at that water there, that is a lovely colour today. Oh, they're cruising time with Aiden. Says he's going to try and wave the Union Jack flag. Well done, shipmate. Steve Mack has no sound. Let's just say he's not late this time. Oh, a cloud come across. So we'll have a bit of a wait at the moment. We've got Enchanted Princess. She's departing the cruise ocean terminal, which is just here in the sort of end of the port. It's not quite the last berth, but it's just here at the end of the port here. You can see Enchanted Princess there. And then towards the top of the screen, we've got Anthem of the Seas. And then a little bit further up, we've got Queen Mary 2. Both of these ships are departing at 5. So could be that Anthem of the Seas will be doing a spin here in the middle swing ground. So shouldn't be too long before we see them. But there could be a little gap in coverage. But I suspect we'll probably see Enchanted Princess for quite some time on our screen. I guess you can see that windsock down there. That's definitely quite windy. The wind must have picked up, or maybe it's just really sheltered where I've been. Boy, there, Peter Kerr from Wicklow. I believe that's somewhere in the Republic of Ireland. I can see there, it looks like we have the Hythe Ferry on a collision course with Enchanted Princess. I'm assuming she'll correct her course at some point. Liz Donaldson says that seagulls were well fed today. I would think so. They would have bow chowder for the old gulls in port. Did have some numbers earlier from the radio from VTS. I think it was somewhere, like it was 2,600 passengers and 1,400 crew or something. So not a full ship, but a reasonable number. Switch over briefly. Actually, I was going to switch over briefly to Netlycam, but Netlycam's a little bit wobbly lately. We are due to have Netlycam straightened up and also secured slightly better. As I see, there's a jet ski chap there whizzing around. He's probably not doing the right thing because that's a 6-knot speed limit in port there, and I don't think he's sticking to 6 knots. It looks quite a bit faster to me. Harbour Patrol will take a very dim view of speeding jet skis, and rightly so. As you can see, the windy blowing the Netlycam round. Doesn't look quite so attractive, the water from Netlycam, doesn't it? It must be the direction the camera's facing. Looking sort of towards with the light. Looking at the light, I suppose, whereas cruise cam's looking past them. I'm not sure. Not sure what the reason for that is, but I know the water does change lots of colours. Boy, there, Rachel Henry says she knows one of the passengers. And looks like they're off for a lovely cruise. Don't know what the forecast is weather-wise for Norway and such like, but it can't be that bad, can it, surely? Although I guess you might be confused. You might have to have all sorts of clothing prepared. You know, light clothing for the port of Southampton and a thicker winter coat for the fjords. Matt King actually has the numbers, so it's 2,144 passengers and 1,244 crew on board. Enchanted Princess has a maximum capacity of 3,660 passengers, so she's very light in the passenger department, I should say, and normally crew of 1,346, so almost a full complement of crew, but sort of only 2/3 the passengers. I'd imagine you'll probably have a fairly decent trip on board. Maybe there's more balcony suites to go around. I imagine there's going to be a fair amount of pleasure craft on the water this weekend. Certainly aim to be on the water this weekend myself. Probably buzzing around the Solent, maybe even a little trip to Yarmouth, I've been led to believe. So I may try and live stream that if I feel ambitious enough. Enchanted Princess, relatively new ship in port here. We won't have seen a great deal of her because she was, her maiden voyage was just in November of 2021. So we've not seen a great deal of Enchanted Princess. She's only really, I suppose, depending on how you look at it, really sort of quite a year old. I'm sure she'd be all lovely and shipshape on board, all shiny. Seven nights in the Scandinavian fjords. And we will be seeing her passing by Fawley, another ship. It's the only place you can pass your two large ships. Just about see her there behind that sea of minis. It'll be the Glovis Comet that's just rounding Bramblebank, so there'll be a Fawley pass for those two ships. And Fawley Pass is just a little bit down the water, so that'll be interesting for us to see. I don't think we've seen, probably have seen it, but it's not often you see a Fawley Pass, so that'd be good to see. So a Fawley Pass will be here. This is the Fawley station, and bizarrely, even though there's tankers here, and you think, so, well, that looks pretty narrow, this is actually the widest part of the navigable channel, and this is where the ships can effectively overtake. There's like a lay-by here, and they can do a little overtake. So it all requires coordination. That's what VTS are responsible for. If you hear the radio and you hear some chaps on the radio, that's VTS, and they're responsible for coordinating all the ship movements so that things don't get tangled up. Just got Red Kestrel coming up Southampton water, and the Fawley Pass will be just the side. Lovely black sails on those sailboats. Yeah, I think it's probably ideal conditions for a bit of a sail today. Like I say, I can imagine it's going to be incredibly busy this weekend. Enchanted Princess, one of the capacity-wise reasonably large. Length of 330 metres. There's Red Kestrel. 19 decks in total and a top speed of 23 knots. 43 kilometres an hour, or 26 miles per hour in Queen's language. The initial launch of the Enchanted Princess was rather confusingly messed up due to the COVID problems. Actually, a little bit delayed. Maiden voyage was from 10th of November last year from Port Everglades. Let's see if Cow's cam's working. Cow's cam is working. Here's this, my software is disconnecting and connecting. Hopefully it's still streaming. Let's check on that. Yeah, seems to be. That's good. Looks like there's a chap out there trying to get his sail up on his boat. No, he's definitely looks like he's doing something. Could be our Matt, the Commodore at Netcliffe Sailing Club. He's often doing something on the water. One of the boats from Netcliffe Sailing Club, they keep them there on those swing moorings. Just seeing one of the local red jets buzzing over to the Isle of Wight. Red Funnel seem to be on strike, from what I was reading lately. They're conveniently coordinating the strike with the start of Cows Week. Seems rather foolhardy to me, but what do I know? We've got a rather decent looking boat coming up the Itchin. Sure what that is. Could be a sea lion, I think. Not sure. Flying red ensign there. Quite a bit of heat haze now that we're looking down Southampton water. Obviously, it is actually quite hot here in the port of Southampton. Unusual. Lucas DeFeo says, well, their shipmate says they rarely get cruise ships up north. Well, I think they're coming out of the port of Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. And they do come in elsewhere. I'm not entirely sure. If I'm honest, I don't brave and venture too much further than the port of Southampton. That tends to be my home ground most of the time. Ahoy there, Marina Claire. And ahoy there, June Sim. I've got some excellent shipmates in the chat. Ahoy there, Steve Mack, is hoping the strikes will avoid September. Well, at the moment, they're all scheduled for August, in the August Cows Festival. Cows Week, but I don't know. They may continue on September, or they may resolve their issues, and it may not even start. I guess that could always happen. The Brambles cricket match is due for beginning of September, so I shall aim to go and film that. I was thinking of live streaming it, but it's very early in the morning. Typically, it's like 6 in the morning. I have to see how brave I feel. I might just do it anyway. So she'll be getting closer to the Fawley Pass. Let's have a look if we can see this other ship, the Glovis. I can't see the Glovis just yet. If we have a look in the distance, we can see the ferry from Portsmouth to Fishbourne. That's just to the left of our screens. I can't see the Glovis. Where's the Glovis ship then? She must be very close. Oh, she must be. I think she's actually behind, possibly behind or to the right of Enchanted Princess. So I can't see her just yet. I'm sure we'll see her shortly. Then they'll be passing the Esso refinery, which is more or less dead in the centre of our screen where those oil tankers are. Now the Glovis Comet is here. This is Bramblebank. This is where the cricket match will be here. This little blob here. This is why all the ships go around this bank because they'll get stuck. Even small pleasure craft can get stuck because it does dry out. So in September, the cricket match will be there. So that's Glovis Comet. Enchanted Princess, just a little bit up here. So they're due to pass around here somewhere. Okay, look up. They look like they're a bit apart. Enchanted Princess is currently travelling at 0 knots. I think that's right. Oh, 10 knots. That's better. 10 knots. Glovis Comet doing 12 knots. So, yeah, should be pretty close. And I've just noticed our favourite dredger on the channel, the Cemex Go Innovation, is also leaving. We have quite a few dredgers here in the port, but Cemex Go Innovation is our favourite one. Just has this fantastic colour scheme and a very different design to some of the others. Are all vertical bow, sort of bulbous bow type of design. Very good. And she's not that old, couple of years old, I think. There's also a sister ship I forgot the name of. And there's the Glovis. Now you can see the Glovis in the background, as well as the red funnel. And the red jets coming up the Southampton water as well. It's all going on this evening, isn't it, shipmates? Could well be our Club Commodore Matt there, getting a couple of boats ready. That looks like a small tender there. I think maybe that's why he was taking it out to go and inspect. Inspect that yacht that he was climbing the mast on. You can see the Glovis Comet on the right and the Enchanted Princess just obviously on our left. Now, supposedly passing Esso, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be about right. I would say Enchanted Princess is slightly ahead of schedule, but maybe not. Maybe I'm miscalculating. And you can see the Glovis comment on Netlicam now on the center left of the screen. Water looks reasonable. Just the odd little white cap there. I suspect probably a little choppy if you're out on your dinghy sailing, but I would say probably about the right level. Hanson Thames, that is the other dredger. Well done, Carmen. Always absolutely spot on with the information. Thank you there. Shipmate, I'd just like to say the Carmen and Matt King and Kevin Todd, all part of our fantastic crew of spanners that volunteer their time and make this channel such a cosy, comfortable place. We can see the Glovis Comet now rounding Cowshot Spits. Surprised we're not seeing more pleasure craft out. Maybe it's a touch early. Maybe it's a touch windy. We've got 4 ships departing this evening, shipmates. The Enchanted Princess, who we're just watching, followed by the Queen Mary 2 and Anthem of the Seas. Unfortunately, they're further up the port, can't see them very easily. And then 7 Seas Voyager, which I haven't seen. I can't say I've looked, but she must be up that way as well. Ahoy the pack, Andrew says, where's Glovis off to? Well, she's off to the Port Southampton. Returning to port. We could find out where she's from, I suppose. Where she's come from, then. She has come from Antwerp in Belgium. Oh, excuse me, I had to do a rather large sneeze there, and I think I managed to hit the mute button. If I didn't, I apologise for bursting everyone's eardrums. I could see the... Ah, we've got one of our foiling kite surfers out here again. I don't know how these chaps do it. So they're on a board which foils, basically takes off into the air, flies above the water, and they're holding a kite at the same time, trying to manage all those things. It's quite impressive. I don't know how they do it. And a lot of them don't seem to fall in the water very often, although that chap there did. They seem to be quite skilled. So the Glovis is coming towards us. We have also the Red Funnel coming towards us. Red Funnel is not a clear channel vessel, so she doesn't require to be passed anywhere in particular. The Enchanted Princess is going around the SO terminal, so the Glovis will pass on the left-hand side from our view, the port side of the Enchanted Princess. That's just about where they are now. That's the SO terminal. I think that's where. Probably a little bit further down the water than she, yeah, just a little bit further down. Yeah, so the Enchanted Princess is here, just passing the SO terminal, and then Glovis. Glovis Comet's here, and they'll be passing, I guess, somewhere about here on the mouth of the River Hamble, where all the leisure vessels tend to be. Definitely a touch breezy. I didn't notice it when I was out earlier, but the breeze seems to have returned. Ahoy there, Airliners Live says I must have made him nervous with the camera. Perhaps I did. See, I can quite see quite a few yachts out there. And it's surprising how the view is different. So if we go back to cruise cam, we can see that the Enchanted Princess is actually turning around the terminal now. But on Nelly cam, it just looks like she's carrying straight on. We scoot across a bit. I suspect we will see Glovis. Yep, there's Glovis over there, and there's our chap. Well, he's trying his best to get his board to foil. Seems to be struggling slightly, doesn't he? Like I say, it's quite a challenge to get those things to work, so he's doing way better than I am. Or could. He's pumping it now to try and get some speed. I think he's trying to go into the wind, which is always a bit of a challenge. Is he doing something? He's cool. He's got the wing up. Trying to get that board to foil. As soon as the board foils, it lifts out of the water and he'll speed up and it'll be much easier. Oh, there he goes. He's got the tip up. There he goes. See, now he's done it. Well done, chap. Very impressive. That is quite impressive. Glovis Comet is hidden completely behind Enchanted Princess on cruise camp. Can't see her at all. Currently, we are at 20 to 4. Actually, I might put the radio back on, just hoping that we might see if we can find the radio, see if we can hear what's happening with the other ships. There we go. Radio back on. Oh, with the Mark Green says that Airliners Lives provides a brilliant aviation stream from Manchester. Oh, well, thank you for that, shipmate. I'll have to check in and see what's going on. Go to the cruise camp, we can just see the ships are getting close to passing. You can't see it really on Netlycam. Zoom out a bit. Let's see if that helps. Oh, there we go. Getting closer, getting closer.
Right off, ladies, yes, thank you. The Enchanted Princess passing, so outbound at the ready room, just past the dock header. Yes, so the Glovis Comet is in for 44.
BTS, Harty, just leaving 44 out for the Glovis Comet.
Harty, BTS, thanks.
There we go. It's a bit of a radio there. So I'm guessing if I have a quick whiz around on cruise cam, on Netlycam, I mean, let's see. Let's see. Samex Go Innovation coming down Southampton Water as well.
BTS, the Anthem of the Sea.
Anthem of the Sea, BTS, good afternoon.
The Anthem is the base sub-side fuel 101, draft is 8.8, which means please press the sample Mavic then, and we're getting ready to be on time to depart at 1700. Come back to you with the numbers when we get them.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm sure you're aware. The TM2 also due 1700, not heard from them yet. Inbound, the Glovis Comet running a few minutes late, just passing SO5 for 44, but...
Yeah, okay, that's fine, yeah, keep an eye.
So Anthem of the Sea sounds like she's going to be ready, but we don't know about Queen Mary.
Co-innovation, it's Harty. Harty, afternoon to you. Afternoon, Chris. You happy for us to come onto your stern? Absolutely. I'm not sure we booked you though. No. No problem. See you soon. Thanks a lot. On for the MSC. MSC, what time's that? 2000 board, 22 blockhead. No, that's not us. We are on later, but not for that one. We've got a car boat at midnight, I think, after these two. Okay, alright. I'll speak to you later anyway. Cheers, Tom. Thanks a lot. BTS, request rule. Away, roll clear to 48, please. Service till Monday. Caution for the Summit Go.
Red cash release, yes. Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah, as you say, just watch points as you come out, please. Great. Samex Go, BTS, the red cash was just leaving an all pier intention to go to 48.
BTS, Samex Go Innovation, that's all copy, thank you.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we've got some updates there. Just some Mexico innovation. I think she's knocking off for the night, from what I can understand. So is Red Kestrel for the weekend. Looks like a couple of chaps there. A very small boat, attempting some fishing.
Enchanted Princess VTS will receive thank you, and no immediate traffic this time.
And they're just, I think they're fully past each other now.
BTS, Red Jet Force, shortly departing Town Quay for West.
Okay, for VTS will receive thank you. The Red Kestrel's just leaving the Royal Pier and going to 48 berth, and the Mexico Innovation is just passing 48 berth and going to 49 at the start of the sight, straight in. The ready yours at Northwest Navy outbound, Globus Comet passing SO inbound, followed by the Red Osprey, and the clear channel Enchanted Princess at the hook out.
All copy. Thank you.
Well, that saves me the bother, doesn't it? I should put the radio on more often. You get all the information there, without me having to tell you what's going on. So we will have, at 5 o'clock, Queen Mary 2 and the Anthem of the Seas will be departing. I would say, I'm guessing we'll see the Anthem of the Seas first, because she's in the middle of the port. Anthem of the Seas is here. So I'm guessing she'll probably swing round in the middle, swing round here, and then come on out, and then followed quite closely by Queen Mary 2. Unless Queen Mary 2 decides that she wants to go first. The pilots will talk to each other about that and make a decision. But I'm suspecting that Anthem will spin here first. Sounds like she's all ready to go anyway. So Queen Mary 2 sounds like she might be a touch late.
Kestrel VTS, once you get alongside at 48, so running again tomorrow, we'll be off into after the weekend.
Off from service, crew will be on board from about 7 or 8 tomorrow morning.
That's all, Stephen. Hello to VTS. Apologies, I've got 2 stations calling. Anthem, Lucy, go ahead. Globus calling for 44, berth confirmed. Hello to VTS, apologies, sir, please say again. Hello, BTS. Yes, that's fine, sir. Thank you for your cooperation today and good afternoon.
Enchanted Princess approaching the end of Southampton water, just about to go around Cowshot Spit. Globus Comet, she's just here, and as Kevin Tubes rightly points out, she's running a tad late, and so nothing will be able to go and get past until she's docked. But the other ships are at the other end of port, so it will take them a while to get going, so I'd imagine it's not going to hold that things up too much. The Globus Princess, the Globus Comet, I think it's probably docking over here somewhere. And the Anthem of the Seas is here. So it will take Anthem of the Seas a while to come round from here, spin round and head on out. And during that time, Globus Comet will be round reversing up here and getting some tugs in. She'll pick up some tugs along here. I think it was... it looks like Hearty, Spitzer Hearty. No, not Will Darts, but Spitzer Hearty looks like that's begin tugging.
General Grievous, yes, you'll see the red Kestrel there just waiting off Town Quay. She's waiting for the semi-skill invasion to go alongside 49 there, and then she'll be going to 48.
Oh, there's shipmates. The pack, AK Andrew says, where's the Anthem of the Seas bound for? She's got off to France. Unusual. I don't often see that. She's off to Bordeaux. Which I didn't think the port in Bordeaux was big enough to accept a cruise ship, so maybe she's just anchoring off the outside the port. It'd be interesting. See, there's a fair amount of traffic here. The old chap there on his foiling kiteboard is certainly doing very well. He's putting those sail ships to shame, isn't he? Got a lot of speed.
Yes, that's fine, sir. If you drop anchor and call them port up, please.
Excellent. Spanner Commons says that the Anthem of the Seas is back off on a 7-night Spanish and French cruise via La Rochelle, Bilbao, Bordeaux as well, La Coruña and Le Havre. So, that's an interesting one. I've not heard of a French cruise like that before. A little bit of Spain and to La Coruña. Getting the glow of his comet starting to come in from the left-hand side of the screen now as well. Look at that chap on that forwarding board. He is certainly moving. Very clear tonight. I can see quite clearly the hills of the Isle of Wight in the background. So it's an excellent day. Well, the Garden says that she's going to La Rochelle for Bordeaux. There you go. Didn't think she'd be docking in Bordeaux. Maybe people are just getting off for a bottle of wine, I would imagine. Ahoy there, Kevin Phipps. And ahoy there, Walter Clement. If you are enjoying these streams and it's your first time here, shipmate, well, welcome aboard. And if you haven't and would like to, do think about subscribing. If you subscribe to the channel, then next time we go live, or if I put a new film up, you'll be notified, especially if you hit that little bell as well.
Radio 6 VHS, thank you. The clear channel Enchanted Princess is running cow shot outbound to the east. The Red Eagles for the Catalan out, and Red Jet 4 being elbow out.
The red funnels at a funny angle there. What she's up to. Dodging round Glovis Comet by the looks of it, I think.
VTS, good afternoon to you, sir. East off the back. Copy. Culture page 2.80280.
Still waiting to hear on the radio about Anthem of the Seas and Queen Mary 2. Anthem of the Seas said she was getting ready. Queen Mary 2 has said nothing at all yet. Queen Mary 2 normally runs a very tight ship and always leaves spot on time, so I'll be surprised if she doesn't, although she might have to wait for Anthem of the Seas, because they are both at the same area of the port, and Anthem of the Seas is in the way. Anthem of the Seas is here in near the middle swing ground, facing the wrong direction, so she has to come out and reverse, and then Queen Mary 2 could just go straight out. So far, Anthem of the Seas has radioed in, said that she's ready shortly, so we'll see which one it'll be first. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate John Coates. He's signed up to become a member. Well, welcome aboard, shipmate, sir. Many thanks for becoming a member of the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated, and you'll enjoy being a member of the crew. Grab yourself a mug of grog down in the galley. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Danielson. Has also become a member.
We are all fast now in the Empress Dock, thank you. And we've got the MSC Virtuosa tomorrow, around about 8ish.
Antonio VTS received, thank you.
Thank you, yeah, good afternoon.
Many thanks for becoming a membership, mate, and welcome to the crew. Pleasure to have you aboard. And you're very good at supplying lots of local information. And
Atlantis and Phoebus VTS. Atlantis and Phoebus VTS, that's received Cuba listening watch on 12 and 9 all the time. Mary 2 VTS, very good afternoon to you, sir.
VTS, Mary 2, yeah, good afternoon to you, right? 452 106, that's 10.38. I think it is. It's delayed by departure, looking at departing 17:17, okay?
1730, that's received, so the Anthem is away from 101 at 1700. Don Carlos away from 389 and 1730 as well.
Okay, that's going to
oh, ahoy there, Darren Harrell. Howell, sorry. Many thanks, shipmate, for your kind donation. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know if you just heard that, because the Queen Mary 2 was a little quiet on the radio. She is due to depart at 5:30. Anthem of the Seas, I believe, is going to pass at 5. So we've got they've spread themselves out a bit, which is good. So we've got Queen Mary 2 is now going to be 5:30, I think. Anthem of the Seas is going to be at 5 still, and then the 7 Seas Voyager is at 7. I was just following a speedboat with Netley-Cam. I just find it's quite a challenge to follow a fast-moving speedboat, but it's good fun.
Talking just outbound traffic, Enchanted Princess approaching West Bramble at the east of Town Quay.
Looks like the leisure craft traffic is starting to come back in after a day out on the water. It's very bright, isn't it? Very bright indeed on that water. Lots of reflection. It'd be the sort of weather where you need your polarised sunglasses so you can see what's going on. No updates yet from Anthem of the Seas, so we're not quite sure if she's moving at 5 or not. Just have to wait and see, won't we? Still showing Anthem of the Seas stationary at the moment on the AIS. Enchanted Princess is getting closer to the cow's cow. So, Enchanted Princess is here. She's just going around the bramble bank, this little patch here, round over to cows.
Cemex, go innovation, red Kestrel, off 95.
That's the pilot boat is there as well. Little pilot boat. Not sure where he's going. So Enchanted Princess will come round here and we'll be able to see her on Cow's Camp shortly.
Stroll, the CGI, hello.
Yeah, I'll finish you. Obviously, I've got no issue waiting. Just don't mind letting me know when you're happy for me to push up onto 48.
Hey, carry on.
Much appreciated. Thanks, sir.
Sounds like the Cemex Go Innovations just moving around in port.
VTS to CGI all fast. CGI, VTS, good afternoon, machine, thank you, sir. Red Kestrel, VTS.
VTS, Kestrel.
Yes, sir, Semi's innovation deck pulled in all fast.
All fast, thanks very much.
Question, sir, what time is she away again tomorrow, please? What service?
VTS, red Kestrel, not in service tomorrow. Next planned movement will be Monday morning, around 0400.
Red Kestrel, VTS, copy, thank you, sir.
You can see the tug is now waiting for the Glovis. I'm on the wrong camera. You can't see it. My mistake, shipmates. There we go. That's the Glovis Comet with the, I think it was Svitzerharty, was it going to connect up? Oh, ahoy there. Something from the Isle of Wight. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing to the channel. I wonder what something from the Isle of Wight is. Maybe a stick of rock from Black Angchine. Although I have discovered there's a company on the Isle of Wight called White Salt. And they make salt from the Solent water. They evaporated in big tents. Somewhere down near Ventnor, I think.
Jenny Blueby, just inbound traffic. The Glovis Comet, northwesternly inbound for 44.
See Glovis on cruise cam as well. And I can also see Cemex Go Innovation. There's Semex Innovation. That's where she was going, just around the corner to finish up. I don't know if she's been docking around here lately. I'm not used to dock there, but not quite sure what's going on. But that's where she seems to be docking these days. A couple of tugs are in assisting Clovis Comet. The commercial vessels don't have a great deal of maneuverability, so they require tugs to stop and start and push them around. Well, there, Jeff Piper says you can see a fire opposite Fawley. Ahoy there, shipmate Lucy X8X. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Lucy, so we'll see. Jeff Piper says you can see a fire opposite Fawley. Can I see it from my cameras? I'll have a look, but I don't know if I can. I don't really see too much that way. Oh, no, you're right. No, I can see it, actually. Oh, yeah. The shipmate is right.
Anthem 6B, just copy. Thank you, sir.
There is a fire. I can definitely see some smoke. I wonder where that is then. Is that... I wonder if we can see that on cruise, on Netlycam. Interesting stuff, shipmate. Let's see if I can see it on here. I wonder where that is exactly. Doesn't look like a bonfire or someone's barbecue, does it? Let's have a look. See what we can see on Netlycam. No, I can't see anything on Netlycam.
Last we just received and docket gauge 2.6 to Anthem 6 away from my 101.
No, I'm not quite sure where that fire is. I can't see it on Netlycam, so maybe it's a little bit inland or something. There's all sorts of commercial buildings down that way, so it could be anything. Be interesting if anyone else got any highlights on that information. I haven't got a camera that can really see that. Henry B says the sausages have had it. Yes, I quite agree. The sausages definitely have had that. I'm not sure where that is. I wonder where it is. Perhaps Jeff Piper can give us a better idea of where it is. Henry's V says is barbecue. Yeah, there's a lot of barbecues going on. I'm not sure it's a barbecue. It looks a little, I'd say a little excessive for a barbecue.
Clovis, comment. Right on, very afternoon. Are you alright if we pass you on your port side, we keep tight over on the red? Thank you. I've got us being sort of being with each other by the time we get to high knock, so should be alright.
AKA the Pack Andrews says it's a wildfire. It's on BBC News. Ooh. What would that wildfire be then? Let's have a look at that, shall we? It could be. I'm trying to think where the wildfire would be. There's a park down there.
Registered speakers, copy, yes please, and we need it, the docket is 2.50250.
Well, I can't see anything that says about a fire, unfortunately. Obviously my Googling skills are poor. Anyone got a link? Just let me know. Big fire walls at Beach Fire Brigade are there. Oh, right. Okay. Well, thanks to that, shipmate. That's, for those of you wondering where Walsash Beach is, oh, okay, that would make sense. One people I can't see it from. No, Walsash Beach is down the Southampton water. So Walsash Beach will be over here. That's where the fire is. That's why I can't see it on Netley Cam because it's behind all this, but Cruise Cam can actually see right over. So somewhere here, there is lots of bushes and fields here. So there's a good chance it's somewhere around there, as someone suggested. Oh, thanks for that, shipmate. Hope everyone is all safe. We've got the red funnel here and the Glovis Comet having a little race into port.
Nicholas for VTS will say northbound traffic outbound east of the Greens.
With the Vanessa Wells says Anthem of the Seas is underway. Oh, excellent, shipmate. Glad you spotted that. Busy watching.
Yeah, for Castro, Ufa, 48 berth. Thank you. Like I say, next movement Monday morning around 01.
Red Castro VTS will say thank you for the call, sir.
Okay, good.
Lucas DeFio says watch.
Well done, VTS.
Alongside the red Kestrel.
Glovis Comet 389 inbound 44, sir. Straight in.
Okay, copy.
Receiving, thank you.
Yes, Queen Mary 2.
Queen Mary 2, VTS, go ahead, sir.
Yes, Queen Mary 2. Highway. The turret just on column, same as the Glovis.
Stand by, please, stand by.
VTS, North 1 proceeding out.
Anthem received, thank you, sir. Queen Mary 2, VTS. Sir, spoken to the tugs. The agent hasn't booked the tug, sir.
Oh, I see, okay. Alright, that's fine. We're going to be good for 70-30, a little bit before. Got figures when you're ready?
Yes, please, sir.
Okay, 2047 passengers, 1169 crew, total 3216. Okay.
All received, thank you, sir. And for the reason of delay, I take this to passenger.
Yeah, it seems that way, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right, hope you heard that. That's Queen Mary 2 departing shortly. Anthem of the Seas is underway, from what I gather. Glovis is just coming here so that they can all get past each other without having any ding-dong accidents. You know, all those. It won't be argy-bargy in port. So Anthem of the Seas is quite close, you know. It's quite busy. Let me show you what's going on because we can't see on the camera, but we can see on the screen. So we've got the Glovis Comet here, coming in here, where Enchanted Princess is, and Anthem of the Seas is here, heading straight for us. So it's all go in port at the moment. And in fact, someone did ask a question. They said, what day is the best to come into the port of Southampton? If they wanted to have a view. I can't remember who said that. Someone said that. Oops. Making a mess here. Doink. Here we go. The best day to come into Port Southampton is probably a weekend, if you can manage that. I think someone said it. I can't see who they are now. Somebody. Lucas DeFeo. Yes, what day do you recommend? I recommend a weekend day. Probably a Saturday or Sunday. You get, especially in the afternoon, you'll get the cruise ships leaving with the horns and all that sort of razzmatazz. Of course, any day is a good day to come to the Port of Southampton. But probably the weekend's more likely.
Yes, Don Carlos.
What you're after.
Don Carlos, yes.
Evening to you, sir.
All right, yeah, we're going to 17:30, but we're waiting for Carlos from Glovis. It's 9.1 to Halifax.
Don Carlos, we just had some receipts. Anthem of the Seas just clearing the pierhead buoy there. The Queen Mary 2 from 106 today, looking to be away around 17:30.
Okay, radio.
That's quite nice. I think I've missed Enchanted Princess on Cow's Cam. I mean, I should have a look, but yeah, pretty sure she went past ages ago. Oops.
Jenny Blue, we just received, thank you.
Just turn the radio off now, because I think we've had I think we know what's going on. We've got the Anthem of the Seas should be on screen shortly. We're just watching Glovis Comet in the meantime. And then Queen Mary 2 is also breaking away, from what I understand. Still there at the moment, but it looks like she's still there, yeah. So that's so we had the Enchanted Princess at 4 o'clock, and we've Anthem of the Seas is underway. And I think Queen Mary 2 is slightly late. She might be another 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes or so. And then the Seven Seas Voyager at 7. We can see Anthem of the Seas on Netlicam. There she is. A fairly monstrous beast is Anthem of the Seas. Got to be one of the, definitely I would say one of the bigger ships we have here in port. Just coming in on the right hand side, you can see the shadow looming. Anthem of the Seas is again, a relatively new ship, launched in 2015. That's it. She'll be shortly appearing from the right hand side, I say. Hopefully. I'm sure she's definitely there. There she is. She has a viewing capsule that you can just about see on the top. It extends way up into the sky. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the North Star or something like that. Sometimes you can see it when the ship's in port. You can see the capsule going up and down. But I don't often see it going when she's going out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not quite sure what the criteria for operating the capsule are. Just approaching the dock head now by the looks of it. Should be visible on cruise cam any minute now. There we go. I'm rather partial to a coloured hull rather than a white hull. Now, I do quite like the sort of pale powder blueness of the Anthem of the Seas. Quite a few people out on deck. I didn't hear passenger numbers. I don't know if someone else did. A lot of people on the top deck. And there is the observation capsule that I was talking about, which says... If I could, that's clever enough, I can zoom in good enough and we can see what it said. Pretty sure it says North Star. But yeah, just like to be sure. Check, recheck and double check. Yes, it says, I think it says... Or something of the sea. Oh, I know it says Anthem of the Seas. But look at all those people up there. There are a lot of shipmates on that top deck. Probably feel like they're in the Caribbean, I would imagine. Lots of gentlemen not wearing their shirts. I think there's a pool area on that top of that ship. I seem to remember from some previous droning. Been a while. As I was saying, I'm rather partial to the pale blue hull and any sort of coloured hull. But I took some shots one morning when it was a little grey, and the pale blue hull really did stand out rather nicely. There we go. I think we have a full bar on the back there. I can see the flow rider around the centre of the screen, that moving water. It's one of those active water flows that you jump on with a boogie board and fall off. And I think right in the centre of the screen, that clear glass structure is a one of those indoor skydiving things. Elizabeth G says masses of passengers. I certainly think so. There are lots of passengers on board, aren't there, shipmates? Like some interesting design features here. Lovely. Look at the. I mean, these cabins to me look like they're double height cabins, don't they? I mean, how fantastic is that? I mean, that's probably the best view in the house. That is on your balcony. Lovely view of the setting sun. Interesting wraparound design at the rear. Oh, can't really see it. I think Cemex Go Innovations in the way. But I'm pretty sure it says Anthem of the Seas at the stern. There we go. Yes, it does. Anthem of the Seas, it's the Royal Caribbean ship. It isn't the Caribbean, but I would say you could be mistaken for that. Temperatures mid-20s, sunny day, touch breezy, but waters looking turquoisey and resplendent. Lots of sailing boats whizzing around. She's 347 metres long, so in my mind, that makes her almost as long as Queen Mary 2, all the same length. Let me check. There's no point in giving you false information, is there, shipmates? Let's just give you the correct information. In fact, yes, she's 2 metres longer than the Queen Mary 2. 168,000 gross tonnes. Capacity for almost 5,000 passengers. Total maximum capacity of 4,900 passengers. I don't know how many crew on board. I think it's got to be nudging somewhere in the 2,000 mark, making it somewhere of a total of almost 7,000 people on board, which is full. Absolutely phenomenal. Top speed 22 knots. 51 kilometres an hour for all your continental types, or 25 miles per hour in the Queen's units. Or the Boris units, maybe. I should call them the Boris units these days. Boris is quite keen on reintroducing old English units. Anthem of the Seas, heading down Southampton Water, and then Queen Mary 2, still moored up at the moment. I haven't heard any more on the radio. I haven't got the radio on anymore, so I can't tell what's going on there. And then at 7 o'clock, at 7 o'clock we have the Seven Seas Voyager. See how that goes. Can't see her yet on the cruise cam. Check back with Netley cam. Oh, I've left the chat off the screen. Let's come back here, chat. Where have we got to? Oh yeah, Diana Bridge. She's arrived on deck at last. Oh, you must be hanging out with Steve Mack too often. Oh, Elizabeth G says masses of passengers. I agree. This is the first time I've seen a lot of passengers. I don't know if we got any passenger numbers. Oh, yeah, we did. Kevin 2's got 4,431 passengers. Now, that is a lot of passengers. Oh, excellent. So thank you for that, Kevin 2. So that is almost maximum passenger capacity. And what's the number of crew? 1,500 crew. I think I said something like that, didn't I? I hope I did. I hope my guesses was right. So that is a very full ship. That's why there's so many shipmates up on the top deck there. 4,431 passengers. Like I say, that's a double occupancy. It's 4,180, and maximum is 4,900. So that's, I mean, that's pretty much full. Obviously, because some cabins won't be full with the maximum number of passengers. Ahoy there, Siggy L says, looks like it's full for sure. How many eggs do you think they're to order for this trip? Oh, good question, shipmate. How many eggs? An amazing number of eggs. I did see something on it once, and I was amazed at the number of eggs that the ships order. It's more than like 2 a person, so I'm not entirely sure where they all go, but I guess baking and those sorts of things, because not everyone has. Maybe if you had like a couple of fried eggs for breakfast, and then you had a cup of cake for tea, and some pasta maybe, that's fresh pasta, and I don't know, I guess you get through those eggs. Of course, the buffet probably gets through lots of eggs, doesn't it? Let's have a look. What else through the chat? Oh, there, Jason Dowett says, great view from Hythe Marina. Oh, Wayne Trudgeton says, where's the best viewpoint? Oh, interesting shipmate. Where's the best viewpoint? Well, I'd say Mayflower. Depends where the ship's coming from. If it's like one of these two, coming from 106 or 105 berth further up Horizon Terminal, Mayflower Park is very good. You have a good view for them as they come past. It's quite slow. You get to spend a lot of time with them. Plenty of places to sit. There's an ice cream van there as well, but will provide you ice creams in the summer, or in the winter provides a hot coffee. I think Mayflower Park is pretty much good, and there's parking there as well for your car. If you can't get to Mayflower Park, end of Town Quay Pier is not too bad, although do remember to pay for the parking, otherwise you'll get a nasty fine in the post. And one of the other shipmates said Hythe Pier is quite good over in Hythe. All the way down at Cowshot Spit's pretty good as well. You will see the ships up close and quite personal there. The only trouble is they don't don't hang around when they're all the way down there, so they come past quite quickly, so you don't get to see them very long. Whereas Mayflower Park, they're only doing about 6 knots, so you get to see them for quite a long time. Plus, also you get to wave to people because it's just left. A lot of people are on deck waving, and you can hear people shouting, all that sort of thing. So I'd probably go back with Mayflower Park. That's probably my favourite place. That's where I'll do all my journeying from. Well, you can see Anthem of the Seas now on cruise cam. Let's look at the Lucas DeFeo says, can you see inside the bridge? I can a little bit, but not really. It's too much glass reflection. Very difficult to see. What else here? Well, passenger numbers are good. Blessed Wells says, not many crew. It doesn't seem like many crew, does it? Although I guess with the size of ships, there's a certain amount of redundancy, I suppose, because you still only need one navigator and one captain and all those sorts of things. So maybe you don't need quite so many. She's off on a 7-night Spanish-French cruise via La Rochelle, Bilbao, La Coruña and Le Havre. I'm just hearing ever so faintly the noise of some horns, which I'm guessing could be Queen Mary 2 on the off. She's the other side of port from where I am, so difficult to know. I think she might be moving. Don't know. She's off to Spain as well, I believe. Oh, no, maybe not. Not sure. Not sure where Queen Mary 2 is off to. You'll see quite a number of people out on their balconies. I guess you wouldn't be expecting it to be so lovely and warm, even though your cabin is air conditioned. Sitting on a balcony on a lovely evening. Get yourself an appetite, all that lovely fresh sea air before you make your way down to the buffet later. With their Pookie Cats, says one hell of a queue at the bar. Yeah. Definitely right there, shipmate. Ooh, it's a bit smoky, isn't it? Unless that's the smoke from the fire. Interesting. Smoke from the fire was blowing me the way. Oh, there, Lucas DeFeo says, when any news on when a Disney ship might be popping in? I think there's a new Disney ship popping in at the end of the year. Memory serves me correct. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think there was a new one being launched, and I think it was due to come to port. Disney something or other. Disney Dreams or something. Let's have a look, see if I can find that. Disney Wish. 2023 she'll be cruising from Southampton, so may not be till 2023 but she will be a new ship, and she'll be there with her famous twinkly Once Upon a Time horn. Just thought I'd have a little look, see how that fire at Walls Ash is going on, and it still looks to me, though it may be even more enthusiastic than it was before. I can't see that. I don't think I can see it from Cow's Cam either. Well, I might be able to. Well, let's have a little look on Cow's Cam, see what I can see. Never know. Sometimes it's very difficult to work out what cameras you think might see things, because it's not always obvious. You think, well, I should be able to see that from that camera, and you can't. No, too many trees in the way, I think, with Cow's Cam. Yeah. That's a shame. Well, Anthem of the Seas, plying her trade down Southampton water. It's a lovely sunny day. I'm just check on Queen Mary 2, see what's happening there. So I was indeed right. I did hear the horn. Queen Mary 2 is on her way. So she'll be on the screen, I was thinking about sort of 10 minutes or so. Quite sure where where Queen Mary 2 is off to. She is in fact off to on one of the excellent spanners. Filming this information. That thank you, Kevin 2. Queen Mary 2 is off an A15 a night Mediterranean highlights cruise via Cadiz, Barcelona, Villefranche, Livorno, Sivacci, and Lisbon. Lovely. I mean, you might be off the Mediterranean for a bit of cooler weather. Yeah. Current forecast for the Port of Southampton for Tuesday is 33 centigrade. A nighttime temperature of 18. It's going to be quite a hot night. Well, Elizabeth G says she's too busy getting the drinks in. Yeah, I know. I can feel what you mean. Give you a little. And we have the Queen Mary 2 to come. Anthem of the Seas is on our screens now. And then Seven Seas Voyager will be departing at 7. Spiderlog says it's definitely a bad fire, as he's just seen it on another webcam. Ooh, which one did you see it on? Was that on Ride Cam by chance? I'm trying to think what would see that. Probably Ride Cam, I would think. I'll have a little look, see if I can see on Ride Cam. See if we can see that fire. I don't have anything that faces that way. No. Not that one. Solent View one. Maybe that one. Oh yeah, it doesn't move around, does it? It just moves around by itself. Well, I'll keep that on for a bit and see if we can see if I can see the fire on that one. It's mainly just goes around in a fixed pattern rather than following anything in particular, unlike the excellent cameras on that Solent Ships YouTube channel. Which, if you haven't subscribed to yet, shipmates, I do recommend subscribing to the channel. Just click that subscribe button and it'll be all hunky-dory for you. You'll be notified next time I go live and anything else that happens. Such as when I'm randomly going down Southampton water on a rib. Or an afternoon out. I was going to say going to the pub, but we remembered that last time we tried to go to the Jolly Sail at the top of the handball, it was closed, so we didn't go there in the end. Well, we went there and found the pontoon was closed, so annoyingly we could see the pub. It was within shouting distance, but we couldn't get a pint or a rum for that matter. Very disappointing. So Queen Mary 2 is on her way. We'll probably see in about 10 minutes' time. Anthem of the Seas heading away down Southampton water. Just watching seeing if we can find this fire on one of the other live streams. Want to see what the smell looks like. Oh, Cow's Yachting Webcam. Oh, thanks for that. Should we have a look at that one then? Cow's Yachting Webcam. I can show everyone else what we're doing. Let's have a look. Cow's Yachting. Ooh, that is quite nasty, isn't it? So this is the fire that we can see on cruise cam. Over in Walsash, it sort of looks like a heath fire, as someone mentioned earlier. I don't think it's going to be too dangerous for anyone particular. In fact, that is Bramble Bank. You can see there in the middle, the red jets. Or was that the end of Cashel Spit? Might be the end of Cashel Spit, actually. Yeah, probably the end of Cashel Spit, I'm thinking about it. But that's what Bramble Bank looks like anyway, just a big bank in the water. So there's the fire over at Walsash. Very good. Well, not very good, sorry. I mean, just interesting that we can actually see it. Ahoy there, Vanessa Wells says Queen Richard's the way. Yeah, we got that. Pookie Cat says there are other cameras. No, there isn't Pookie Cat. No, it's just vicious rumour. No other cameras. Oh, there, Gwen Vickers says it's a heath fire. Yes, it looks like that. So hopefully everyone's safe. Just be a bit of dry grass burning, because that grass the last week or so has definitely got a lot drier. There is the fire over in Walsash. You can see some chap kite surfing over there. It's maybe picking up some warm thermals from the fire. Definitely getting a little bit busier out there on the water. Going to think that we might be seeing Queen Mary 2 very shortly. She's just departing, making her way down the dock area, down to the pier head. So she's just coming up on 7 Seas Voyager, in fact. Just getting to Mayflower Park. She's taking a little longer than I expected. How fast is she going? She can't go very fast, can she? 6 knots. Oh no, she's up to speed. She is at the maximum speed limit in port, so we should be seeing her probably, say, in the next 10 minutes or so. She is just up here, just coming to Mayflower Park. And this is the pontoons for the boat show, which will be in September. Hope to see her here in, I would say, probably 10 minutes or so. Meantime, we'll watch Anthem of the Seas as she heads towards the Cowshot Spit. I think we'll try, if we can, we'll try and remember and watch her on the Cows Cam. Oh, I tend to forget the Cows Cam. I could do with another screen. Oh, let me think about this. I'll try to do something. So fire is certainly looking quite toasty there over in the Isle of Wight. Sorry, over in Walsash. This is seen from the Isle of Wight, so it's looked fairly big. I can't see any firemen or anything down there. I guess it might be on the other side. Not an easy area to get to. Unfortunately, it's quite a tricky area to get to that. Let me show you. It's right on the end of a bit of shore and park and heathland, obviously, hence the heath fire. There's no real... I'm not entirely sure where it is. Because I can't quite work that out from that view. But I would say it's probably somewhere here. This is the River Hamble on the top left-hand corner, and this is Warsash in general, and this is the Warsash Nature Reserve, and I'm guessing it's probably somewhere along here that's on fire. This is, and of course, as you can see, it's quite difficult. The roads are quite some distance, so there's no way easily of getting a fire engine here, or to be honest, any vehicle whatsoever. You'd probably have to drive down to the beach and along the beach, and that's I can't imagine the fire brigade will have any. Probably best bet is to get a tug into here with the water jet on the front, because they can fire a long way. Although saying that, this is really shallow here. The navigation channels along here. This is really shallow, so tricky to get to that. I can see the issues they may well be having with that. Not an easy one to fix. With their vendor bender says, good to know Mr. Whippy's still going strong. He certainly is. He's fighting fit. Boy, there Gwen Vickers says, can see some people there walking about. I believe we can, yeah. Boy, there Ginger Nightmare. Did I miss Mary? No, she's on her way. She'll be on screen probably that... let me give a guess. Let me update on the Queen Mary arrival time on screen. Probably less than 10 minutes, I would say. Maybe about 7 or 8 minutes would be my guess. Or there, Robert Middleton says, just back from a Greek cruise on Azora. Lord Disney Magic docked in Athens, and yes, she let her Disney horns as she left. Yes, that seems to be the way. Although the couple of times when she was here in the port of Southampton, she didn't do it. Or there, David Mottram says he's just had an ice cream in Mayflower Park while watching out the sea silhouette. See, there you go. See, David, shipmate David has the best idea. I think that is the best place to watch the ships come past, especially when the weather's nice. What else could you want? Bench, some sun, and an ice cream with a cruise ship going past. Excellent evening's entertainment. Anthem getting very close to the end of Southampton Water, and Queen Mary 2 due our screens very shortly. As Kevin 2 says, now past the pier head. Hoy there, Hell's Bells. Lucky Cat saying she hopes everyone is okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there's no... yes, let's hope everyone's okay, but there's no houses or anything near there, so I believe it's all pretty safe. It's just a bit of heathland, a bit of a heath fire. Quite a lot of exits out there if you happen to be having a picnic there, so I don't think there's too much chance of anyone getting into trouble. As I can see quite a lot of sailboats now. I'm guessing there could be a race going on. See a lot of sailboats over there, can't we? Looks like the pilot boat, or RNLI, I can't remember, not sure which one that is, coming over to investigate the fires. There's a lot of sailing boats out this evening. I would think it'd be an ideal evening for a sail. It's a bit cooler out in the water, so after a hard day stuck in a hot office, you might enjoy being out on the cooler water, but it's not that cold, so it'll be a lovely evening. Good, decent breeze, and I'm sure you'll be whizzing around the Solent. But don't go to the Jolly Sailor pub, because you won't be able to moor up. And that is the end of my travel advice. I think that's Queen Mary 2's got to be getting pretty close now to being on cruise cam. It's just about to pass Ocean Terminal, Ocean Quay, where she normally leaves. I'm not quite sure where she's leaving from someone else. There she goes. Just there, as you can see. Currently travelling at 6.4 knots, slightly breaking the speed limit in port. She'll be on our screens shortly. And then we can see Anthem of the Seas passing the wildfire. I wonder if people are over on deck looking at the fire. Yeah, so that confirms to me that is definitely sort of Warsash area. Well, I can actually see some flames. Yeah, it's not good news. Well, can't say I'm surprised. It is very dry. It's been very dry for quite a few weeks. And the last week, it's been really hot as well. I've noticed lots of gardens going brown. Let's just hope it doesn't spread too far, shipmates. Oh, there, Walter Cleland says it was a beautiful sunset last night in Southampton. And said that we sat watching it on TV while in the hot tub. My, Walter Cleland. Sounds like you have the ultimate life of luxury. Watching a beautiful sunset at the port of Southampton on Solent Ships YouTube channel while in your hot tub. I want to say I'm jealous. And frankly, I am jealous. Hoy there, Chuck Gubby says, what's the smoke? It appears to be a heath fire down at Walsash Beach. Hoy there, Lisa says, the wind's not helping the matter. No, you're absolutely right, shipmate. There is quite a breeze there, so definitely not helping. Queen Mary 2 now on screen. Let's see. Quite a few shipmates. The Queen Mary 2. Up on the top deck there. Let's have a quick zoom in, shall we? Still see those flags showing definitely quite a strong breeze. Not as many as Anthem of the Seas, though, is there? I didn't know if we've had passenger numbers or not. Only a couple. That looks quite empty by comparison, doesn't it? A few people on their balconies. Have a look. Go down the side. Oh, yep, chap there taking some pictures. Not many, though, is there? No, not like Anthem of the Seas. Oh, hi there, Lawrence Pike. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it a lot. The channel appreciates it, and I'm sure that the YouTube algorithm will appreciate it and suggest the channel to many more fans of the ships out there. Just in case you're wondering, this is the Queen Mary 2. The Anthem of the Seas is just turning around the dockhead. I'm particularly partial to the stern of the Queen Mary 2. Unlike most cruise ships, she has a sort of a terraced stern with a swimming pool. There's one or two swimming pools down there, more than one. I like this elegant look. In fact, the Queen Mary 2 obviously is a very pretty ship in general. She has this stern as well that's, if I zoom and go down here a little bit, have a look. This stern is, sort of sticks out like a bulbous stern. It's supposed to represent a soup spoon. I believe apparently there's some sort of fuel efficiency thing to it as well. I'm not sure about that. But I think it looks quite smart, especially with that sort of terraced stern there. And of course the lovely blue hull. Queen Mary 2 is off on a 15-night Mediterranean cruise via Cadiz, Barcelona, Villefranche-sur-Mer, Livorno, Cavici and Lisbon. I think perhaps people will be going there to escape the hot weather of the port of Southampton at this rate. I can see quite a few shipmates, but not anywhere near the number of shipmates we saw on Anthem of the Seas earlier. And Anthem of the Seas, there she is, just passing Cowshot with all nearly 7,000 passengers on board. 7,000 people on board, I should say, not all passengers, some are working. But it's a little early for a sunset. Sunsets won't be until much later in the evening. It's a bit of a shame because we've had some cracking sunsets lately. I saw someone talking about sunset just a minute ago. There has been some marvellous sunsets. In fact, Cow's Cam's been picking up some lovely sunrises. I'm quite amazed, really, what goes on the channel. Always partial to a lovely sunset or sunrise. It only reminds me because I could just see a bit of colour in the sky there, unless that's, I can say unless that's the smoke, but I don't think the smoke will be coming up that far. Smoke I'm talking about is from a heath fire that's going on down at Walsash, which looks, I was going to say it looks like it's going out, but not convinced. Still looks quite smoky to me. Yeah. Seems to be always quite a busy day on when the cruise ships go out. We've also got a Ro-Ro departing at the same time. It is in fact the Don Carlos. You might have heard the Don Carlos on the radio earlier. She's just moving out with the assistance of some tugs. The commercial ships like this don't have the manoeuvrability of a cruise ship, and they need assistance of tugs. And the Don Carlos will be slipping out, and then the last ship to leave will be the Seven Seas Voyager at 7 o'clock. Haven't heard anything on the radio from her, but it's quite a long way from departing, but I'm guessing that she'll be leaving on time. The Seven Seas Voyager is a smaller cruise ship compared to Anthem of the Seas and Queen Mary 2. It looks like the Red Funnel ferry there is just waiting for the Don Carlos to spin around and the Queen Mary 2 to come out. That's another great vantage point. Someone was talking earlier about good places to go to view cruise ships. If you can manage to coordinate it with a trip to the Isle of Wight on the Red Funnel ferry, again, you'll equally have some fantastic views of the cruise ships coming up past them. That's really quite good. You wave to people on board. They enjoy that. Get a lovely silhouette here of the Queen Mary 2. That's a lovely bow, lovely pointy bow. I do call her a cruise ship, and I know that niggles lots of you, because in fact she is an ocean liner rather than a cruise ship. You may be asking what the difference is. There's a number of things. I think it's that she's designed to go from sort of Southampton to New York and take people somewhere rather than bobbing around the Mediterranean, which is what she's going to do this next trip. She also has a very high top speed. So we were talking about Anthem of the Seas earlier. I'll keep an eye out, see if I can get on Cow's Camp, because so far I've been missing all that. I missed the other ones. I'll see if I can get that cruise camera. I'll keep an eye on her. Yeah, so Queen Mary 2, I would say, well, people would say that she's an ocean liner rather than a cruise ship. She also has a much higher top speed. So her top speed is 30 knots compared to Anthem of the Sea's top speed of 22 knots. Now, 22 knots is fairly typical for a cruise ship. There are some that do 23, the odd one does 24, but that's fairly typical speed. But 30 knots is considerably faster than anything else. Like I say, she's trying to go from A to B. Also, apparently has a higher level of entertainment and food and on board. It's supposed to be the luxurious ship that's the top of the market. There are some very luxury cruise ships, but they are quite a bit smaller. In fact, we could just see the Anthem of the Seas there, just going around in front of that fire that's still burning away. I'm not sure if it's dying out. Keep an eye on that, won't we? It is quite bright on Netley Cam. That is, I can't see much at all now, I'm afraid. Queen Mary 2 is relatively old. She launched a Voyager 2004, so almost 18, almost sort of 20 years old. It's getting quite old for a cruise ship. A refit recently in Germany, so I'm sure that she's very luxurious. Although I did have a shipmate the other day tell me he'd been out on a cruise recently, and he was less than impressed. I tried to press him as exactly what seemed to be the problem, but he just said that he just thought the standard had slipped lately. It wasn't quite what he remembered. But then it's been a while since he'd been on Queen Mary 2, so perhaps he wasn't remembering very well. So the Red Funnel and the Queen Mary 2 having a bit of a race here. Not quite sure who's winning, because the perspective makes a big difference. That's one of the... No, I can't see it. Oh, wrong way around. There we go. There's the Queen Mary 2. Oh, look at that. Quite clear, isn't it? I'll whiz over to the chat, see what's going on in the chat. See what your shipmates are chatting about. Probably chatting about dinner or cocktails. Excellent. Matt King's got some numbers. 2,047 passengers and 1,159 crew. That's very different ratio compared to Anthem of the Seas. Queen Mary 2 has a maximum passenger capacity of 2,600. So she's reasonably full of passengers. Only a sort of 500-600 short. And 1,253 crew. So almost absolutely full complement of crew. I'm sure the shipmates are having a wonderful cruise. Very luxurious way to travel down Southampton Water. Last time I was travelling down Southampton Water was on a very small rib being bounced around. We thought it was a bit smoother than it was. It's the trouble with Southampton Water. You look at it, you think, oh, that looks smooth, and you go out there, and it's not. And you come back with a sore bum. Some sort of red funnel. We've got red jet blasting up the starboard side of the Queen Mary 2, and I'm not sure which one it is. One of the red funnel berries on the port side. It looks like I'm not quite sure she's going faster or slower. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's the perspective makes all these things quite tricky. We'll see the red jet out the other side. We'll have some sort of red jet race here. We'll see the red jet shortly, I'm sure. Come on. Let's see if we can all line up for a photo finish. It's going to be close. There we go. Ahoy, aka, what, the pack, aka Andrew says, I think he's asking what cruises are going on tomorrow. Well, it's a good question there, shipmate. I'm out of the water tomorrow, so I'm not sure that I will be live streaming, but, of course, cameras will still be on, they're always on, and they'll be manned by our ever-friendly and useful spanners. So tomorrow we have, let's have a look. Tomorrow we've got the Celebrity Silhouette and MSC Virtuosa departing at 4 o'clock. Then we have the Ventura departing at 6:30. Iona at 7. And Hamburg at 7:30. Though Hamburg is departing from the Cowes Triangle, so I'm not sure you'll be able to see her. Sometimes we can see the ships on Cowes Triangle. Oh, I've missed the Cowes Cam again, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Oh, no, maybe not. How can I do this? Let's go. Let's have a quick let's look. May not have missed it on Cowes Cam. I may just have saved my bacon there. So there's a fair bit of shipping activity tomorrow, shipmates. So I'm out of the water tomorrow, so I'm not sure that I'll be back in time to do a live stream. But if I am, I will. And if I'm not, I won't. Just seeing if we can see Anthem of the Seas on Cowes Cam. I mean, it's not like you can miss her. She's absolutely humongous. Just have a quick look and see what's going on with that fire, shall we? Still smouldering away. I'd like to say it looks a little less, because earlier on we definitely had some black and some flames. So I'm hoping that's the end of it. Hopefully it will burn itself out. hoping to catch Anthem of the Seas on Cow's Cam. I don't think I've missed her. I mean, there is a little delay, but I'm pretty sure we will see her. So let's keeping an eye on it. Oh dear, Captain. Too many balls to juggle sometimes. Boyd Elizabeth G says she's waiting for a brain update. Oh, yeah, I could do one of those as well. Ah, here we go. Excellent. I've got one ship on Cow's Cam. Ah, look at that. So from the Cow's Cam, you can see they motor past at a much higher speed, probably somewhere in the region of 15 knots or so, something like that, I expect. Let's have a check. Up 15.8 knots, no less. Still nobody having a little ride in the North Star. That's the observation capsule thing at the top. I don't know why. I'd be keen to have a go on that. You can see all those yachts in the background. Look like the little round windows at the front, the round portholes. Well, the balcony covers or whatever they are. Nice little touch of detail there. You don't see many round ones these days. Tends to be mainly squares. I can still see lots of shipmates up on the top decks. Although it looks like I can see less. Maybe they've started to shuffle their way down to the buffet. Certainly looking sunny in Cowes. Oh, there, Jed Tupada. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Like I say, if you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell next time there's a live stream, like the captain bouncing down in pain down the Southampton water on a very small rib, you'll be notified. And the AI gods at YouTube will be eternally happy for helping the almighty algorithm, whatever that might be. All a difference in scale between that sailboat, which I'm guessing somewhere in the region of 30 foot, maybe a bit more, and that. Look at the size of that cruise ship by comparison. Don't think the mast even comes up to the passenger cabins. Hopefully, I'll be able to navigate that wake, although they don't seem to generate the wake, the cruise ships, unlike the container ships generate an awful wake. Especially smaller ships are terrible. The cruise ships seem to be fairly delicate through the water. It's something to do with the hydrodynamics of the vessel. Right, there's Queen Mary 2 on our way down Southampton water. I think we've got another camera somewhere, haven't we? Let's see if we can find that. Where's that camera gone? Netcam. Let's move that netcam. Oh, that's nice. Something powerful planing its way up Southampton water. It's quite a big boy. I think if you're playing the lottery tonight, you might get yourself one of those. That looks like fun, doesn't it? He's certainly going for it. That's way out of the water. I'm not sure what that is. It might be a princess. Very smart. Oh, I've hidden the chat away again. Let's have a look what's going on here. Where is the chat? Where is the chat? Here's the chat back. Oh, Carmen's giving some information. I think someone asked about the ships, and then I took ages to reply. I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow. It's slow. Well, I reply when I read it. The difference is there's a delay. If you type a message and it pops up on the chat, by the time I've read it and spoken back to you, there's a delay of about 30 to 40 seconds. And in that time, one of the very helpful spanners has already told you what's happening. No, never mind. Although, I guess if you don't see the chat, then you won't know, will you? Well, shipmates, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's live stream. I will keep. Will I keep it going? Yeah, I'll keep the live stream going. I'll keep the live stream going because the next ship we will see is the Seven Seas Voyager at 7 o'clock. We're watching Queen Mary 2 at the moment. Anthem of the Seas has just gone off. Cow's Cow and Enchanted Princess is long gone. The pack, AK Andrews, says on the stern of the ship, why is it flat on the Anthem of the Seas? I think it's just a design thing. I have read that some of the ships, like you can see on Queen Mary 2, she's got a flat piece at the bottom of her stern, and some of them have a bit that sticks out, a bit like a DA. You may be familiar with a DA style haircut, it just reminds me of. It's sort of something to do with water efficiency, something to do with the wake, how the vessel travels through the water. Not so much, I think, going down Southampton water, but when the seas get a bit rougher. But I don't really know the exact information, and of course a lot of it's a design influence. So I hope you've enjoyed this live stream, shipmates. I'll keep it going. But I will probably sign off shortly. Like I say, tomorrow I may or may not be live streaming. It depends on my own personal movements and whether or not I arrive back in the port of Southampton in a timely fashion. But tomorrow we will have a number of cruise ships departing, starting with the Celebrity Silhouette at 4 o'clock. So I have the MSC Virtuosa at 4 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock it is the, sorry, at 6:30 it's the Ventura, 7 o'clock the Iona, and then at 7:30 from the Cowes Triangle, the Hamburg. As I said earlier, we may not see the Cowes Triangle ships, only just visible on Cowes Cam. Quite difficult to see, and depending on the wind direction, sometimes they're below the way, so we may or may not see her. But that's all it tomorrow. So many thanks for all of the subscribers. Many thanks to the members, Patreons, and PayPal donors to the channel. Particularly the members. We've got a great membership on the channel. We've had a new member subscribe today, didn't we? Or a new member join up. We have a whole host of members on board. You will see the members in the chat. They come up with a green name. Somehow, I think I can get a list of the members up. I'll just run through and thank them all, because without their support of this channel it would almost be impossible for me to run it by myself. And of course the spanners, they make a really good job of running the channel, keeping on top of all the questions, making sure nothing goes amiss. Our members, appreciate all of your efforts, members. I wonder if I can try and get them. I'm trying to find a list of the members. To thank, particularly, you have two excellent members who are lieutenant level. That is the Jean-Francois Tanet. I presume that's how you pronounce your name. Many thanks you, Shipmates. And Spider Log. These are both these members are current lieutenant level. Thank you very much for your patronage. A midshipman level. Have a great selection of shipmates at midshipman level. We have the Mark Green, Lapides, Robert Middleton, Anthony York, Richard Holland, June Macmillan, Paul Martin, Tizzy C, Niels Gill 100, Richard Warner, Barry Byons, Mark Nelson, Reading Lad, Nathan Gerard, Jackson Britton, Les Bowring, and Chilled Alien. I'd like to thank you all at the midshipman level. And then we have a whole host at the leading hand level. I appreciate all of your memberships, all your donations, because I couldn't do without you all. So I shall continue following the Queen Mary 2. And hope to see you all soon, shipmates. Till next time.
That's where you said thank you, the Red Eagles at the return then. Ready, we said, copy, thank you. The John Carlos playing Blake out there, VHS.
Yeah, leaving 37 please.
That's the VHS, all received, thank you. James W, VHS. James W, VHS, that's all received, thank you. The railroad Don Carlos approaching lanes lake out there. Wing 2 VHS, all received, thank you, and no immediate traffic. VHS, Solent VHS. VHS, still VHS, that's all received, thank you. Next VHS. Export 85, all received, so thank you. Okay, BBTS will receive them. Elizabeth, Southampton, yes. Elizabeth, Southampton, yes. That's all received, thank you. I understand your pilot boarding time will be tomorrow morning. You're in the passage tomorrow, so we have not yet received your maritime declaration of health for arrival at Southampton. Would you be able to email that to this office, please? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Break. Budget 6, BTS will receive, thank you. The Don Carlos, just approaching SO1 outbound is clear channel. And the clear channel for Queen Mary 2, just rounding cow shot outbound, please. Jet 4 VTS will receive, thank you. The Belos Bay at the southbound was out, clear channel Queen Mary 2, approaching the northbound outbound. The Don Carlos passing SO1 outbound is also clear channel. As BC VTS, thank you. Immediate traffic, the city of Chichester is working to the southeast of the map. West of the town, thank you. Apologies, I called those a vessel in Hyde Marina with 15 persons on board, but I didn't catch the vessel, mate. Alison McGregor, Southampton BCS, that's all received, so thanks for the call.
BTS for Falcon, passing Royal Cows.
So Falcon BCS, all received, thank you. The Red Eagles, just the Greenland and
That's all, copy, thanks.